Western aging crisis. Why older adults are losing mobility faster, and how to stop it. What if we told you that aging isn't the problem, our modern lifestyle is? Every year, millions of seniors in the US and Western Europe lose their mobility. They struggle to walk, stand, and live independently. Not because they're old, but because the systems meant to protect their health are failing. Before we dive into today's powerful and eye-opening episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. If you care about your health, or the health of someone you love, this video could make a real difference. Liking helps more people to see it. Sharing helps spread awareness. And by subscribing, you'll never miss vital updates that could help you or someone in your life stay strong, active, and independent. Let's beat the aging crisis together, starting right now. Stay with us as we uncover the real reasons older adults are losing their strength and mobility faster than ever, and what can still be done to stop it. 1. Understanding the mobility crisis. What does it really mean to lose your mobility? It's not just about wheelchairs or walkers. Mobility loss begins long before that, with small signs that are easy to overlook. It's when you struggle to walk across a room without holding onto furniture. It's when stairs feel like a mountain. It's when standing for more than a few minutes becomes exhausting. This is mobility loss, and it's silently affecting millions. In the United States, 1 in 4 adults over 65 has serious difficulty with mobility. That means over 14 million people are struggling just to move through daily life. And the numbers are climbing, not just in America, but across Western Europe too. Populations are aging, lifestyles are more sedentary, and healthcare systems are overwhelmed. The result? A growing crisis of independence, dignity, and quality of life. But here's the real danger. Mobility loss doesn't happen overnight. It begins quietly, with early signs that are often brushed off. Slower walking speed, poor balance or stumbling, increasing joint stiffness, mild pain when standing up or sitting down, avoiding certain movements or activities. Most people say, "I'm just getting old," and ignore the warning signs. Until one fall, one hospital visit, or one painful moment changes everything. But it's not just about physical ability. Mobility loss has a heavy emotional cost. It leads to isolation, because going outside feels too risky. It leads to depression, because the body no longer feels dependable. And it leads to dependency, on family, caregivers, or institutions. This loss of control can feel like the beginning of the end. But here's the truth. Mobility loss is not inevitable. And for many, it's reversible. Around the world, we see older adults thriving, walking, dancing, traveling, and living full, active lives. They're not lucky. They're doing something different. And that difference starts with awareness and action. Mobility is more than movement. It's freedom. It's dignity. And it's one of the most important parts of healthy aging. In the chapters ahead, we'll explore the hidden causes of mobility decline. And show you what you can do to stay strong, independent, and active for years to come. Because it's never too late to take the next step. 2. Muscle loss, the silent saboteur. Most people think of aging in terms of wrinkles or gray hair. But there's a far more dangerous change happening inside the body, the gradual loss of muscle, known as sarcopenia. It starts as early as your 30s. And after age 60, it accelerates rapidly, unless you do something about it. Sarcopenia is the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. On average, adults lose 3% to 8% of muscle mass every decade after 30, and that rate can double after 60. But why is this so important? Because muscle isn't just for lifting heavy things. It's the engine of your body. Strong muscles help you walk, balance, climb stairs, and even keep your joints safe. They also regulate blood sugar, metabolism, and immune function. When you lose muscle, everything becomes harder. Getting out of bed, reaching a shelf, even holding your bladder. Studies show that seniors with low muscle mass are twice as likely to fall, 3 times more likely to lose independence, and at much higher risk of hospitalization or death after an injury. This is why muscle loss is often called a silent saboteur. It's happening inside, quietly, until it's too late. And here's the shocking part. Most seniors in Western countries are not doing any strength training at all. Many think walking is enough, but walking alone doesn't rebuild lost muscle. To fight sarcopenia, you need resistance training, even simple bodyweight exercises. Adequate protein intake, which many seniors are lacking. And key nutrients like vitamin D, magnesium, and B12. Muscle is your lifelong insurance policy. It protects your independence, your metabolism, your energy, and even your brain. If there's one thing older adults in the West should prioritize starting today, it's building and protecting muscle. Because the longer you wait, the harder it becomes. 3. The Western diet problem. Take a walk through any grocery store in the US or Western Europe, and you'll see shelves packed with colorful boxes, instant meals, snacks, and sugary drinks. It's quick, it's cheap, and it's everywhere. But this convenience comes at a cost, especially for older adults. The Western diet, rich in ultra-processed foods, added sugars, and unhealthy fats, is directly linked to the acceleration of mobility loss. How? Because it creates a storm of silent damage in the body. Chronic inflammation, nutrient deficiencies, insulin resistance, and long-term joint and nerve damage. Excess sugar and refined carbohydrates cause spikes in blood sugar, followed by crashes. Over time, this leads to type 2 diabetes, which damages nerves and reduces blood flow to muscles. The result? Weak legs, poor balance, increased risk of falls. Meanwhile, the Western diet is stripped of essential nutrients that protect mobility. Vitamin D, critical for bone strength and muscle coordination. Vitamin B12, vital for nerve health and brain function. Magnesium, needed for muscle contractions and relaxation. Omega-3s, reduce inflammation and joint pain. Most seniors are deficient in at least one of these, and many in several. Compare this to traditional diets in other parts of the world, like the Mediterranean diet, filled with vegetables, legumes, fish, olive oil, and whole grains. These diets don't just nourish the body, they protect mobility, improve energy, and reduce the risk of chronic disease. Food isn't just fuel, it's information. Every bite tells your body to either fight disease, or feed it. So how can seniors shift away from the Western diet? Swap sugary snacks for fruit and nuts. Choose whole grains over white bread or pasta. Add leafy greens and colorful veggies daily. Include lean protein at every meal. Use olive oil instead of vegetable oil. Hydrate with water, not soda or sweet drinks. These changes might seem small, but they add up fast. Food is one of the most powerful tools we have to protect mobility and independence. It can either age you, or it can strengthen you. The choice is on your plate, every single day. 4. Sedentary culture and technology. In the Western world, we've designed our lives for comfort. Elevators instead of stairs. Cars instead of walking. Entertainment that requires only a thumb swipe. But that comfort comes with a hidden cost. We're sitting ourselves into sickness, especially as we age. The average older adult in the US or Western Europe spends over 8 hours a day sitting. For many seniors, that number is even higher, sometimes 10, even 12 hours a day. TV, social media, gaming, even online shopping, it adds up. But here's the danger. Prolonged sitting weakens your muscles, slows your circulation, and increases stiffness. Your body literally begins to forget how to move. When muscles aren't used, they atrophy. When joints aren't moved, they stiffen. When circulation slows, nutrients can't reach your tissues. This creates a perfect storm for falls, fractures, and frailty. In more traditional cultures, elders remain active, walking to the market, tending to gardens, playing with grandchildren. But in the West, neighborhoods are built around cars. Even a quick trip often means driving instead of walking. The result? A loss of natural daily movement, which is critical for maintaining mobility. Technology was supposed to make life easier. But for many older adults, it's made life more sedentary and isolated. Spending hours on screens often replaces time that could be spent walking, stretching, or engaging with others. And ironically, the very tools that could help, like fitness apps or smart watches, are often underused by seniors. Here's the truth: movement is medicine. Every step, every stretch, every second you spend on your feet instead of on the couch, it matters. Even simple activities like walking around the house every hour, standing up during commercials, doing light stretching in the morning, gardening or cleaning, dancing to music you love. All of these break the pattern of stillness. And breaking that pattern is where mobility protection begins. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need high-tech equipment. You just need to move your body every single day, with purpose. Because the less you move, the less you'll be able to move. But the more you move, starting today, the more years of freedom you can reclaim. 5. Medications and medical system gaps. In Western countries, the average senior takes between 5 and 10 prescription medications daily. And in some cases, that number climbs even higher. We call this polypharmacy, the use of multiple medications at once. While it may be necessary to treat chronic conditions, it often comes with unexpected side effects that directly harm mobility. Let's break it down. Many common medications, including those for blood pressure, cholesterol, sleep, anxiety, and pain, can cause muscle weakness, joint pain, fatigue, dizziness or balance problems, nerve damage. These side effects don't just lower quality of life, they increase fall risk and speed up the decline of physical independence. Some medications even interact with each other in dangerous ways. A drug for sleep may cause drowsiness. A blood pressure med may cause lightheadedness. A diuretic might lead to dehydration and muscle cramps. One pill to fix one problem, then another to fix the side effect. It becomes a chain reaction. And who suffers most? Older adults. But here's a critical issue. The Western medical system is reactive, not proactive. Doctors are overworked. Appointments are short. And the focus is often on managing symptoms, not preventing decline. Most doctors aren't trained to ask, "How is your mobility this month? Are you still strong enough to stand from a chair without help? Are your meds causing muscle loss?" These questions are rarely part of routine care. Preventive care, like muscle screenings, fall risk assessments, and nutritional evaluations, is often overlooked. Why? Because the system isn't built for prevention. It's built to treat problems after they appear, when it's often too late. It's no surprise then, that the number one reason for emergency room visits in adults over 65 is falls. And after a fall, recovery is hard. Many never walk the same again. Some never walk independently at all. The system kicks in after the crisis, but what if we could have prevented that fall entirely? There's a growing movement now towards something called deprescribing. It's a careful review of all your medications to see if any are unnecessary. Any can be replaced with lifestyle changes. Any are causing more harm than good. It's about simplifying medication, not piling on more. But it requires a team approach: doctors, pharmacists, caregivers, and patients working together. Seniors and their families should feel empowered to ask tough questions. Do I really need this medication? Could this be affecting my strength or balance? Is there a safer alternative? When you ask these questions, you take back control. Yes, medications can be life-saving. But they can also rob you of strength, stability, and freedom, if you're not careful. In a system designed to treat diseases, you must become your own advocate for mobility. Because in the West, no one else is going to ask, "How strong are your legs? How confident are you on your feet? What's keeping you moving?" 6. Isolation and mental decline. In the modern Western world, aging can feel lonely. Children move away. Spouses pass. Friends relocate or fade with time. And suddenly, what used to be a full life becomes quiet. This isolation doesn't just affect the heart. It affects the mind, the body, and eventually, mobility. Research now shows that chronic loneliness is as damaging to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises the risk of heart disease, stroke, depression, and dementia. But even more alarming, it's directly linked to loss of physical function. Why? Because when we're alone, we move less. We stop doing the little things that keep us active: walking to a cafe, getting dressed to go out, laughing with others. And when the brain isn't stimulated, it starts to shut down pathways that control coordination, memory, and movement. Loneliness triggers cognitive decline, a gradual breakdown in memory, thinking, and judgment. This often leads to poor decision making, missed medications, skipping meals, or forgetting to stay active. In time, the brain's message to the body becomes faint. Balance worsens. Muscle response slows. Reaction time lags. One of the hidden consequences of isolation is fear. Fear of falling. Fear of going outside. Fear of asking for help. This fear fuels avoidance behavior, the choice to stay still rather than move. And over time, stillness becomes weakness. But here's the good news. Connection heals. Social engagement, even something as simple as a weekly phone call, a walk with a neighbor, or joining a community group, can restore mental sharpness and reignite physical activity. Group exercise classes, dancing, gardening clubs, or even online senior communities can create a purpose to move again. Because purpose is power. Movement isn't just physical, it's emotional. When we feel seen, we stand taller. When we feel loved, we move with confidence. When we feel supported, we take that next step. Isolation might be common in the West, but it's not your destiny. By reaching out, staying engaged, and choosing connection, you don't just protect your mind. You protect your mobility, freedom, and joy. Because no one should face aging alone. 7. What we can learn from other cultures. In the West, aging often looks like decline, more pills, more pain, less movement. But around the world, many cultures have cracked the code to aging with strength, purpose, and mobility. Let's take a look at the places where seniors thrive, not just survive. In Okinawa, Japan, home to one of the world's highest concentrations of people over 100, elders are active, mobile, and independent well into old age. Their secret? A plant-rich, nutrient-dense diet. Daily walking, squatting, and gardening. Strong community bonds. And a deep sense of ikigai, a reason to wake up every day. Their lifestyle is not about exercise routines, it's about movement woven into life. In Sardinia, Italy, elders climb hills daily just to visit friends. They cook with anti-inflammatory herbs like rosemary and garlic. They eat whole, home-prepared meals and drink red wine in moderation. But more importantly, they're never alone. Family is close. Generations live together. Loneliness is rare. And movement is natural, not forced. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, many seniors still farm, walk miles each day, and stay deeply involved in their communities. Their diet is simple: beans, corn, vegetables, and tropical fruits. They sleep well, stay active, and live with spiritual purpose and optimism. It's a reminder that mobility is not just physical, it's cultural. What sets these cultures apart isn't just genetics. It's the way they live every day. They move often, eat real, unprocessed food, stay socially engaged, value elders, not push them aside, and live with daily purpose. So what can we in the West learn? We don't have to uproot our lives. But we can borrow their wisdom. Build more walking into your day. Eat food your great-grandmother would recognize. Spend time with others, not just screens. Reconnect with your purpose, your reason to move. And above all, never accept that decline is inevitable. Other cultures have shown us. Aging can be vibrant. It can be full of movement, meaning, and momentum. Let's take the best of what the world knows. And use it to rewrite the story of aging, starting with how we move. 8. Steps to take action today. You've heard the causes. You've seen the warning signs. But now it's time for the most important part. What can you do, starting today, to stop mobility decline and stay strong as you age? No matter your age, no matter your condition. There are real, practical, proven steps that can help you reclaim strength, stability, and freedom. Let's break them down. Step 1. Move every hour. The simplest and most powerful habit you can start right now is this. Move every hour. Set a timer. Stand up. Stretch. Walk across the room. Do a lap around the house. You don't need a workout. You just need motion. Why? Because sitting for too long slows blood flow, weakens muscles, and tightens joints. Even 2 minutes of light movement every hour can help keep your body active and your brain alert. Step 2. Prioritize protein. As we age, we naturally lose muscle, but you can slow that process dramatically by fueling your body the right way. Most older adults don't get enough protein, which is essential for maintaining strength. Aim for protein in every meal. Eggs, fish, lentils, Greek yogurt, lean meats, nuts and seeds. And don't forget to stay hydrated, especially if you're taking medications. Dehydration leads to cramps, fatigue, and balance issues. Step 3. Get stronger, gently. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need heavy weights. You just need intentional resistance, a little push and pull to keep your muscles working. Try chair stands, wall push-ups, Resistance bands. Light dumbbell lifts. Step-ups using stairs. Just 10 minutes a day can slow muscle loss and boost your ability to stay independent. If you're unsure where to start, look for beginner, senior strength, videos online, or speak to a physical therapist. Step 4. Build a movement routine into your day. Don't leave movement to chance, schedule it. Create a simple daily routine that includes morning stretching, a short walk after lunch, light house chores, evening leg exercises during TV time. Repetition builds habit. Habit builds strength. Generally, getting older doesn't have to mean getting weaker. If you or someone you love is facing mobility decline, know this. It's not too late to take action. With the right knowledge, support, and daily steps, you can age stronger, longer, and better than ever. Because aging is not the end, it's just the beginning of a wiser, stronger you. If this video inspired you, helped you, or made you think differently about aging, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video to support our message. Share it with friends and family who need to hear it. And subscribe to the channel so you never miss powerful health content like this again. Together, we can build a stronger, healthier future, for ourselves and for generations to come. Thanks for watching, and keep moving forward.